Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. It is 11 a.m. I can't believe we're already here already. But you know what? We're back with Makeover Monday. I'm so excited to be taking you through the next 2 whole hours here on live shopping. We have got a massive show. So much so the counter is spilled out even onto the back of the studio, spilling onto my desk as well. We've got over like 20 products to share with you during this 2 hours. It's a monumental amount of goodies for you. Really excited to get into it. And you know what? With Makeover Monday, always brings a launch of some kind, whether it's Cadence, Stencils, a new medium, or applicator in which you work with. Well, we've got all 3 of those for you. We've got brand new stencils. We've got, again, the 3rd and final release within the Cadence metallic glass and ceramic paints. We've also got Mica powders back in stock. We've got Glassware. We've got new sponge brushes and applicators for you. And we've even got mugs as well, so you can be using them to decorate not only personal items, but things that you can make and sell with. I'm going to take you through everything on the show. We'll probably do our stencils and a few other bits and bobs to get those into your basket, and then we'll do a demonstration for you and recap on plenty of other bits and bobs, because I know lots of you will be joining us throughout the show. If you did just join John and Amanda for that fabulous hour at 10 a.m. this morning, make sure to check out your baskets if you haven't done already. It was a wonderful hour, and we're a big warm welcome back to John being back in the Highlight Crafts building. It's great to have him here today. So, for each and every one of you joining us, just want to quickly share a quick recap on how you actually shop with us, because it's really simple, it's so easy to do. Some of you are probably still with us from this morning when Stephanie kicked off the day at 8 a.m. So for some of you, you might be thinking, David, I've heard this before. Well, this would be a great time if you wanted to grab a cup of tea. But for those of you who are new customers here at Highlight Crafts, this is how you shop with us. Right, okay, so we're currently streaming on Facebook and Instagram. Those are our 2 social media platforms that we're currently live on. Now, if you're joining us on any of those, good morning. To shop, it's really easy. Now, the comments section underneath those live videos is where, of course, you can say hello or this is what I'm up to today, but that's also where you shop. So we're going to share with you codes for every single product. Every single one starts with the word shop, followed by the code appropriate to that product. So, for example, one of your sets of stencils today, shop cherry, you pop that into the comments and it automatically adds it into your basket. Same for Instagram and Facebook. Automatically you receive a direct message. Within that message there will be a link that we have sent to you from Highlight Crafts, and when the show comes to an end you can go to that message, click on the link that we've sent you, and it will redirect you straight over to the Highlight Crafts website automatically. Now when you get to the website you can then check out your order. You'll see your basket there with all the items in that you've shopped for. You can check out that basket, but just before you do so, make sure to log into your Highlight Crafts account. Now again, you might be thinking, well, what's a Highlight Crafts account? It is, of course, a space for you to sign up for free, get free postage every single time when you spend over £35, get additional discounts with every purchase. You do build up points as well, which you can then put against maybe your higher priced items to give you a great saving. And also you get lots of exclusive latest updates and offers that you don't get if you're not a member. So please become one. It's free to join, okay? As well, talking of the website, you can join us there. You can watch us live on the website. You can also still comment and shop ahead. Because of course, if you don't do social media, that's the destination you'll be joining us. Also, a great feature of the website, you can shop ahead. You'll be able to actually see down the side of the screen the products I'm going to talk about throughout the hour before I've even got to them. Which means, for you savvy shoppers at home, you can get the products in your basket before they sell out. Because of course, with these shows and many of our hours here at Highlight Crafts, we do only have limitations on some of our stock numbers against some of those products, which means that they can sell out from time and time again. So make sure to check out those baskets and shop ahead. You can also shop ahead for the entire day if you wanted to, and put it all in one basket, giving you one basket spend, of course, giving you that fabulous free postage if you get it over £35. We're also streaming live on YouTube, so you can join us there as well. So what a great opportunity. I've got the lovely Carol with me as well. Carol's still here. Good morning, Carol. Got Charlene, Deborah, Christine, Bridget, Audrey, and Helen as well. Lots of you getting involved. It's great to have your company. I'm so glad to be back here with Makeover Monday. It's a wonderful 2 hours where we sometimes get to upcycle a bit of charity shop furniture. We'll show you some new techniques. I'm going to be doing quite a bit of stenciling for you today, but also as well where we can just spend a bit more time, of course, celebrating not only Cadence, but the love of craft in many other aspects, whether it's onto glassware, fabric, whether it's going to be on some wooden items, in your sketchbooks, whether you're going to be doing a complete renovation project, or you just want to know how to use the products. In this, I try and share with you as many tips and techniques on some fabulous, really achievable surfaces so everyone else can get involved. So should we start? All right. We're kicking off this show with a brand new set of stencils, okay? Brand new launch for you, never been seen before here on Highlight Crafts Live Shop. And this is Shop Cherry. Now in this set here, you're gonna get 4 of your cherry blossom stencils. Now I'm gonna take you through each and every one. I'm gonna lay them down just on here for you. It's just $24.99 for 4 A4s, which is a fabulous price. We start off here with our first image, broken down into loads of different elements. It's A4, okay, in size, so you can build this up, make it even bigger, or just take snippets of the design and make it smaller if you want to. You've got the options to play with that. Look at this though, that is your second design. It's massive. You can see how the branch cascades through the design here, right up to the edges of this A4 image. It's massive. Now imagine that on a t-shirt with your heat transfer medium with foils. Imagine blending this with your pastels. Imagine going through here with your acrylic textile paints from Cadence. What about with your glass paints as well onto a ceramic plate or even a glass chopping board, which you found in your sublimation shows. The second 2 for you. You've then also got this one here, which again has your much finer sprigs, which means you can take the initial branch and extend it and make it even bigger. And then your fourth and final one within the cherry set is your borders of your blossoms. Now in here you've got these wonderful dainty florals, all broken down into individual elements, but visualize this being on just 1/2 of a glass plate, running down the side. Maybe you're gonna wrap this around one of your glass cylinder jars and you're gonna spritz through it. Maybe you're gonna put mirror spray through it. You're going to get all 4 of these stencils today, Shop Cherry, for £24.99. That is an unbelievable price, okay? You will find from not only, you know, different craft retailers and of course the creative space as it is, individual A4s for about $14.99 plus, okay, for A4 stencil. You go into a DIY shop, you'll pay more than that. This is an exceptional offer. Now again, we do only have a limited number of these. These here we of course source externally for you, so they are not cut in-house, which means we cannot cut and run another 100 or however many we need to for of course you fabulous customers at home, which means you've got to be quick to get hold of these. They're not going to be SVG files unfortunately, so if some of you are joining thinking I'll wait for the files to come out so I can cut them, that won't be happening with these. It is just the physical Mylar stencil, which you can also of course use your Craftmaster hot foil pen with, so don't worry, you can still use it with those temperatures. But you can also use it with everything, such as your Magic Glass etching cream, your mirror spray, or your stencil adhesives. You can use it with, of course, your glass paints, your acrylics. You're getting 4 massive stencils in here. I love these. And what we're really doing now is branching out, quite literally, into a different world of craft. We're going not only within our paper crafting world, but if you have a side table in your home, if you have your coffee table, maybe you've got some cushion covers, maybe you change over fabrics and interiors in your home from time and time again. This is the option to upcycle those and of course give a fresher look, okay? It is fabulous and of course it's your opportunity to get in on that. So think about it, have you got some placemats at home? Some coasters? Have you got an old chopping board that sits on your kitchen worktop that looks a little bit tired and forgotten about? Give it a bit of an upcycle, have some fun with it, even think about the garden. What have you got out there? Have you got planters? Have you got an area of the wall which would look nice? You've got the option to do so. So, Shop Cherry to get 4 brand new stencils. Now, of course, it wouldn't be an hour here at Highlight Crafts Live Shopping without a spin the wheel. So to get involved within that as well, all you need to do is type, what's going on? Oh my goodness. Type the word makeover into the comments, okay? As simple as that. It's one whole word, you don't need to break it down. Just type the word makeover right now into the comments and then we will be spinning the wheel, okay, for you. Just make sure it's all one word. And then it'll select one lucky winner and you'll win a prize. How cool is that? Right, we're gonna move now on to our next set of stencils. These are our sentiments and they're positive. They're your positivity sentiment stencils. You're gonna get 3 8x8 stencils here. These are fabulous. Now, starting off here, we've got this one, which I absolutely love. This one here for you is, of course, your Be Happy. It is a wonderful stencil. I mean, who doesn't want that on a t-shirt, on the front of a card? Maybe it's going to be on something within your home, a tote bag, a shopper, anything at all. Wonderful size stencil there. Great, great design for you. All same similar fonts that you've got going on there. We also have for you Live in the Moment. I think really poignant sentiments for, of course, everybody to get involved in. Live in the moment, a great one to have. And then here you also have as well, start every day with a smile. Start every day with a smile. Why wouldn't you? It's a great way to be. And of course, if you're crafting today and you want to get hold of these 3 brand new stencils, it's shop positive. And for 3 of these 8x8s, it's just $14.99. That's unbelievable. Okay, we've managed to do some exceptional deals for you on this show, and we're starting off with the greatest ones. Shop positive, $14.99. Now again, if you're going to go onto not only our services we have here, you can do some blending. In fact, let me just grab something I did earlier because I really loved this. I have got one of those wonderful sentiment stencils there, and I stenciled through with my brand new Mica powders that are on today's show, turned it into a spritz and a blending paint, and I stenciled Be Happy just on some black watercolour card. Look how incredible that looks. It looks like it's been gilded or foiled. Now you can do that with this very stencil, so quick and easy to do. And I'm going to do that as one of our first demos during the show today. So please stay tuned, get your stencils into your basket. Make sure to add those in there. Your code to type that into the comments and get those within your basket is shop positive, okay? Positivity stencils, I think we all need a little bit of that. We will have those days from time to time again where we're maybe not feeling so great and we need a bit of an uplift. Crafting is our space to do that in, and when you've got products that are also alongside, it makes it so much better. Right, okay, I'm going to take you now to another great deal we've got on the show, and you do not want to miss out on this because not only do you get a stencil in this bundle, you also get a Cadence medium and your Reeves pastels, and it'll all become clear as to why. In fact, I'm going to grab another sample to show you because I'm obsessed with this process. Right, so we have for you today shop pastel. In here, you're going to get a brand new A4 layering hydrangea stencil, okay? So you can see the journey, how this starts off with all of the 4 layers. You then have the stem, you've got the foliage, which all builds up as well, which creates an absolutely beautiful layered hydrangea. Now, you might be thinking, well, how can you create this effect? What's the easiest way to do it? I found an absolute love and very strong interest for the pastels. Now, you're going to also get your Reeves soft pastels, 12 colours inside here, and a bottle of the Cadence extender for one entire combined price of just £24.99. Shop pastel, £24.99 is going to get you that brand new stencil, A4, a bottle of Cadence extender, and the pastels. Now, the way this works is you literally rub your pastels or shave them down onto, of course, a piece of palette paper. Use your extender as a blending medium and you turn them into paints, okay? I'm going to show you this at the top of the show. It is brilliant. I love this technique, but you're getting that entire craft kit as well as a brand new stencil for you to be able to create projects like this. Now, I made this from these very pastels. I use these tones just here for my leaves, my petals, and then for my leaves in here, I also use these two, like a vine green and a leaf green, okay? It was wonderful. I love how this came together, but the fact that it's £24.99 and you're getting the mediums to do the job, which we're going to share with you, makes a whole difference. Getting a stencil, which has a performance element to it, so it's a layering stencil. There's extra interest there. It's not just put some paint through it and peel it off. You actually build up the design. You get to see the journey of that stencil being curated. You see it literally come to life. Now that for me is really exciting because with a stencil like this, I can build any colour I want to. I could do it in monochromes. I could use the same colour every single time, and you could do this by just adding a little bit more pigment every single layer. So if you love reds and you wanted to create a red hydrangea, you'd start off with your really fine light tones and build it darker with every single layer. You'll love it. I think it's fabulous. I love the stencil as well. It's really, really easy to work with. But having that pastel in with that bundle really does make the difference, and of course you've got a fabulous saving there because you're getting it all combined together. So shop pastel, £24.99 gets you your hydrangea stencil, extender, and those soft pastels. We will be coming back to all of our stencils a little bit later on because of course I know a lot of you maybe just went and got a cup of tea after John's show and you might be coming back, but for those of you that are with us, take advantage now whilst we've still got it. Okay, good morning Tracy as well, thank you so much for joining me. Good morning Lorna Crosby as well. It's making me laugh already. She thought I said senile. Hopefully I didn't. Miss Patricia Fish says, oh, good morning, Patricia. It's lovely to have your company. Hi, David. Please, can you tell me if the Cadence ink sprays can be used on fabric and will it run Thanks in advance. That's a great question, Patricia. The Cadence ink sprays, you can put them on fabric, but it's decorative only. If they do get wet, they will bleed and they will definitely run. They're a water-based ink, okay? So that means they're quite literally very, very open to activity. So that's a great thing if you want to put it on maybe a shopper bag or a cushion cover where it's not going to necessarily get wet. But if you spritz it on fabric and then you were to, of course, add moisture to it, it will all bleed. It looks wonderful on like tapestries and hanging wall pieces or, you know, decorative elements. But if you wanted it on a t-shirt, it will wash out. Okay, I hope that answers that for you. We've now got a huge bundle for you. Are you ready for this? You're getting 10 stencils in here. This is Shop Alphabet, $29.99. I'm going to take you through an amazing journey right now of an abundance of alphabet stencils with symbols and additional embellishments. So that's 3 that you've got here, all different style fonts. 4. You've then here also got your 5th. I'm putting them the wrong way around. There you go, 5th. You've got 6, 7, 8, 9, and put the 10th one there. You've got 10 massive just under A4 stencils here. Shop Alphabet, £29.99. This is a bonkers deal for you, okay? We may never see this again here at Highlight Crafts Live Shopping. An unbelievable offering for you. All 10 of these stencils coming to you for that one incredible price. I'm going to move these out of the way so you can actually see even more closer detail. Let's just pop this bundle on this chair just here. That's very, very nicely placed. And I'm going to put a few more of them out. So you can see here, you've got all of these symbols inside here. You've also as well got text in a completely different, almost like you're in your italics. And then as well, we've gone to almost a very bold, almost like a tool shed style font that you've got going on there as well. But look at all of those. All of these different stencils. Now you're going to get all 10 of these. Your first lovely and swirly, almost like your, you know, a bit more of a steampunk look and feel, very strong and bold. A little bit whimsical, a little bit wavy and swirly. You've also got one that's a really relaxed font. You've then got your wider, more juvenile style fonts as well inside here. This one's lovely, very contemporary, very stylish, with the numbers that of course coordinate in as well. You've got one here which is broken up into a wonderful variety of uppercase and lowercase. This here's one of my favourite. This would be great for the kids on all their cards because also you can put the ages on the card as well. All of your symbols and numbers on here again would be great as a background stencil, as a filler, something like this. And then we round up here again with your italic style. You're getting all of these 10 stencils. Shop Alphabet, $29.99. That's an absolute stash buster. That's unbelievable. You would pay like $8.99 at least, $9.99 for one of those, okay? Which would mean it would be like £100 if you were going to go for all of them individually, if you were to shop for things like that. This here, $29.99, Shop Alphabet is all you need to type in to get that deal. That's unbelievable. It's exceptional. So many of you getting involved as well today. Charlene says, if you use the Cadence ink sprays on the ceramic house tea light holders, will the colours run when coating with Aquastone for outside use? That's a great question. If you're using it on the ceramic tea light holders, when you're going in with your Aquastone, I'd be really gentle with the brush because, of course, if you do activate it, it will move a little bit. But I would have a test at that. Maybe apply it in a very thin coat. But of course, the ink sprays aren't an outdoor product. You would have to fully seal those. What I would do is a thin layer of Aquastone, then I go back over when it's dry and do another layer just to solidify it all to make sure it's all locked in place. But maybe do a little test swatch on the back and see how that goes for you. Right. Now with our stencils covered, I'm going to share with you your brand new set of 3 colours of your Cadence glass and ceramic paint. We launched last week the, of course, second introduction of metallics. This is now your 3rd and final. So if you are on that journey with your Cadence metallic paints or your glass paints or ceramic paints, whichever you want to do, whether it's painting mugs, whether it's going to be glassware for your home or for making and selling, this is the set to go for. Now, the code that you need is Shop Pearl, okay? These are your pearlescent soft spring tones. In here, you're getting the wonderful light blue, champagne and lilac. Now, if I just tilt these 3 bottles here so you can see the bases of them, you can see how glorious these 3 shades are and how well they work together. Whether you're going to use the lilac and the light blue in a project, or 3 in a project as a tri-blend, or you're going to use just these 2 to complement one another, They're exquisite. I absolutely love these colours. They're soft, they're luxurious. The paint's velvety, it's smooth and creamy. It travels so freely on the surface. But do you know what? With a paint as soft and gentle as this, it can withstand the highest of temperatures and heavy traffic. So, with this paint, it's shot pearl. It's just $15.99 for 3 brand new Cadence colours today. You've not seen these anywhere else. If you joined us last week and you think, oh, I got these, I promise you, you didn't. These are brand new today, just launched. You're saving $1.98, so even on the brand new paint, you still have a saving. When you paint these onto glass or ceramic, let them air dry for at least 24 hours, or you can speed it with a hairdryer if you want it to be touch dry when you're layering up. Let it dry for 24 hours fully, and then it goes in the oven at 180 degrees for 20 minutes. It's cured and bonded to the glassware or ceramic, meaning it's dishwasher safe, it's weatherproof, scratch, flake and scuff resistant, meaning you can use it from time and time again for home use, for commercial use, for domestic use, and of course it is food grade as well, which means you can use it on drinkware, you can use it on glassware, the lot. Maybe you're going to do a lovely dinner set for outdoors, maybe you're doing some placemats. It's glorious. Maybe you're doing some of your sublimation printing on those glass chopping boards, but you're going to paint on the top of them so the imagery is coming through from beneath. Shot Pearl is going to get you the brand new set today. Please don't miss out on them. We're so glad to be able to bring you new Cadence almost on a weekly basis now, which is fabulous. It used to be sometimes every 2 months we'd be able to share a brand new product with you. But we are, of course, now in a position where we are live here streaming every day here from Highlight Crafts, and we can, of course, go on that journey with you, and you're absolutely loving it. If you're part of the Cadence Club as well, which, of course, is on the show, you can join it. The first class was, of course, with glassware, so it features how to use products just like this one in that class. The latest class will be coming out very, very soon as well. That's all about woodware. And then, of course, your third class within that series is about fabrics too. So we're going to explore loads of different avenues of creativity in that one. So to get hold of that, it's Shop Pearl, $15.99.
That one is shot mineral on top, right?
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is it? Are you sure? Really?
Yeah. I think we just mixed the codes up. But
Oh,
the
okay.
right ones are on the right website. So your top one is shot mineral.
Okay, so it's Shop Mineral for the new set.
Yes.
Okay, which has your light blue, champagne and lilac in.
Yes.
Cool. Right. Okay. We had a bit of a mix up on some of our graphics on the. Don't worry about it, everybody. If you want the brand new set, sorry, do apologise. If you've typed in the code Shop Pearl, the code for the brand new set of paints is Shop Mineral. Same price for you on that one, $15.99. But that will of course get you this set of 3. If you're a bit of confusion thinking, oh, have I added the wrong one to my basket? Just make sure to type Shop Mineral. So sorry, I do apologise, Andrew. This code for the next set down, is that one there going to be Shops Fresh?
That's Shop Pearl.
Shop Pearl.
With the pink. Yeah.
Sorry, everybody. Okay, so Shop Pearl here does have your pink in it. Beautiful set for you. Inside there, you've got that wonderful pistachio green, your turquoise, and your light pink. Of course, this one here for you is Shop Pearl, a beautiful set of colours. They're absolutely exquisite. So just make sure, everybody, just to double check, the codes that you popped into the comments are all good.
Check the pictures in your basket.
Brilliant. Okay, everyone, that's a great shout there from Andrew. Just check the pictures in your basket as well, just to triple and double check on those. The third and final set I'm going to share with you down here, though, is going to be Shop Fresh. Am I right? Yay. Okay, Shop Fresh down here, we have got dark blue, we've also got purple, and we've got our dark pink as well. So you can today go for, of course, 9 sets of beautiful Cadence paint designed purely for glass and ceramic surfaces, and you can get all of them in one destination. But of course, if you're joining us today and you're thinking, oh, I've already got those in my stash, what's new? Is there something new for me there? There is. It's Shop Mineral. It's here at the top for you. You've got your light blue, your champagne, and your lilac. Gorgeous set there of 3 tones for you. Please don't miss out on them. They're absolutely wonderful. Now, if you want to make something super snazzy, super luxurious, let me go and grab something, because we have for you a cake stand on the show. It's back in stock. This sold out when we first brought it to you. It's beautiful. Now, I've never ever been able to find anything like this to purchase, of course, brand new. I've only ever been able to find detailed glassware, maybe in a charity shop, things like that. And it's becoming relatively expensive now, even in your charity shops, unfortunately. But we have got one for you, okay? Brand new, beautiful, detailed glassware. It's a 2-tiered cake stand. Now, you could use this if you're doing your little own afternoon tea party, which is exactly what I did with mine for Mother's Day. You've got here the detailing on the base layer of the glass plate. You can feel it. So if you listen here, You feel that? You've got all that cut glass detailing there, which looks beautiful if you mirror spray on the reverse of here. I can't even begin to tell you how amazing it looks. We might have to do that during the show. But then, of course, it's designed to work with all of your glass and ceramic paints. So you could have a pink cake stand if you wanted to. It could be a wonderful pearlescent pink colour, which would look incredible. It could be a champagne, which would look very, very posh indeed. But paint it on the bottom side of it. And then, of course, all of that detail is accentuated and comes to the surface. Now, of course, it's self-assembly. It's flat packed. It takes like 30 seconds to put together. I'll show you if you like. It's your two-tiered cake stand here. It's shop cake, and guess what? It's just £19.99 for that fabulous glass cake stand. Now, even if you just want to have it out on your kitchen side every day, and you're going to treat it as a fruit bowl, maybe you're going to keep your bananas and your oranges separate. I know I have to, otherwise they go brown really quick. I don't know why. But if you keep all your fruit on here, that would look wonderful out on your kitchen side or a dining table. Or you might be super posh and you keep it out on your craft desk and you keep your favourite products laid inside here. It would look wonderful. So, shop cake, £19.99 is going to get you that fabulous Moderna brand new cake stand. Of course, made with the chrome stands in the centre. You've got the stems running through here, which you could also paint if you're not fond of the silver. You could make it gold, you could make it pink, red, anything you want to. Again, you could use your paints for that one. And you've got the two tiers of glass. I love it to bits. Also as well with these, they're great for storage. Keep the box, because when you're not using it, I always just unscrew it and lay it flat again. And of course, because you're using your glass and ceramics, it can go in the dishwasher. So it's brilliant. Now, if you're thinking, oh, not seen these before, well, they're new for this show because I've not had them on one either. This here is your set of 6 ceramic mugs. Now, you can do your glass painting on here, your ceramic painting on here. You could rice paper them with your napkin glue. You're going to get 6 white mugs in here, £17.99 for all 6 of them. You're saving £11.95. These are an absolute brilliant shout. Of course, we're giving you them in a full set of 6, which means you can do a full collection, whether they're all going to be the same style or they're going to come from the same colour family. You could be using, of course, your wonderful new metallics for this. Maybe you're going to do some of Stephanie's decorative painting on these mugs. How amazing would that be? Could you visualise, I know I most certainly could, doing Stephanie's decorative painting with glass paints on your mugs? They're then dishwasher safe. You know, you can still use these as you would with boiling hot water. So again, you can get 6 mugs in there, shop mug, £17.99 for those. We will have our own personalised mugs here at Highlight Crafts. Some of us have our names on, some of us have pictures on, especially being used with rice papers, sublimation, all that sort of stuff. £17.99 is going to get you 6 of these, okay? Please don't miss out. Now, we've covered a couple of surfaces so far already, but I just want to quickly talk to you about something that's great for prepping those surfaces. It's sugar soap, so I'm just going to really quickly mention this one. It's shop sugar. It sounds weird if you've got a sh and a sh together. Shop sugar for that one, £8.99. It's sugar soap, okay? You can use it if you're decorating furniture, woodware, if it's something that you've bought that's second-hand, you need to remove layers of dust, grease and grime. It's great for that. It's not abrasive, but of course it really does get into all of that, you know, detail as well. I used it to clean my patio furniture with, and it was brilliant. It took away that winter layer of residue that had built up, and it left it lovely and clean. Sugar soap is great. You can dilute it down, but you can use it concentrate as well. It's great for cleaning glassware, ceramics. It removes any layers of grease, especially if it's from your fingertips, or of course it's just built up through process, okay? Shop sugar, £8.99 for those. And then talking about the surfaces you may want to prep for use, you've got here your creative glass dishes. Now these here, I use these all the time. You always see me demo on these. I probably will do during the show. Shop dish, £9.99 is going to get you 2 of the largest glass dishes within our stock here. These are brilliant and so popular. I try to get them on almost every single show for you now because they're just so beautiful. And again, they're the best gift. They look great in the middle of a table with just a trio of candles on them. Maybe, of course, you're going to do rice paper on the back. When you get them home, just peel the label off, give them a good wash with your sugar soap. Make sure they're bone dry, and then you're good to go with all of your products. I'm going to share something else with you. Okay, I'm going to open this box just so you can see it. I'm not going to use the ones in this box because I've got my set, but just so you can see in here, these are our mica powders. Now, oh, I don't even think I need to. It's not got a seal on it. A seal. Say it twice. It means something more apparently. Oh dear. There we go. Perfect. Look at this. So, look at that. Okay. 32 colours of mica powder to be explored inside here. This is absolute heaven. I don't know about you at home, but seeing this for me is just a dream. This is every box ticked as a crafter. I've got colours in coordination. I've got metallic tones. I've got colours in between. I've got tertiaries, primaries, secondaries. I've got vivid coppers. I've got absolutely radiant reds. I've got cherry blossom pinks. I've got champagnes. I've got some Prosecco in there. There's everything, and there's a black and a pearl, which is so key and fundamental within changing your tones. You do actually also get some plastic gloves with these. You get 2 little spatulas, and you do also get a paintbrush included, which is a great added bonus. Now, mica powder, it's a natural mineral source, of course, but that's exactly what I used to create this, okay? This is amazing because this mica powder, look, it doesn't shed. And the reason for that is because I've used Cadence alongside it. I've used Cadence adhesive. I'm going to tell you the exact adhesive. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. But this is unbelievable. I now have a mica mist, which doesn't come off, okay, on my card. I've got a mica paint, which is permanent and textured. This here is going to be an everlasting finish, which means you can actually mix it with fabric glue onto fabrics. So Patricia, as you asked earlier about doing that spritzer onto fabric, you could do a mica spritz onto fabric with Cadence fabric decoupage glue. 32 in there, it's shot mica, and can you believe this? For all 32 colours, it's £39.99. This is bonkers. Now you can use this in candle making, you can use it also in soap making, you can use it in resin too. So if you work with your clear epoxy resins, you can use this in there. It looks incredible. Our fabulous colleague Jane that works here at Highlight Crafts, she builds a lot of our shows. Well, she builds all of our shows. She actually uses this mica in her resin creations as well. It's amazing. It stays suspended, creating this galaxy effect. Now, if you just want to have fun and paint with it, you can do. If you want to zhuzh up a paint and add it into it, you can do that too. Mix it with pastes, the lot. But for me, mixing it with my Cadence glues onto black card, it's like the most satisfying thing ever. You're going to love it. Shot mica, £39.99. I'm going to cover off a few more brief items for you, then we'll do some demoing, okay? Because I really want to get into that. We're almost halfway into the first hour of today's 2-hour special. So you're all probably thinking, come on, David, show us something. I will be showing you something in a few minutes, I do promise you. Okay, so we've got some brushes for you. Now, these are brilliant, okay? If you've not seen these before here, like me, this is the first show I'm showing them with you. I've been using them, but actually being able to stand here and talk to you about them is even better because you're going to get 4 chunky synthetic nylon brushes, okay? Perfect for stenciling. These are brilliant, okay? Of course, you've got the coloured handles. It's nice. Maybe you want to use certain colours. They're going to work brilliant with your micas. And then also, you are getting a 5-piece kit here, which, look at this. You've got those wonderful acrylic handles with the contrasting colourway of the bristles. Now, these are silky soft. You know, sometimes you can get paintbrushes and you get them out and they feel rock hard already, like they've been set in glue. This one is incredibly smooth. And look at the spring back you get on here. It's like a memory position. These are wonderful. Now, use these with your detailing, use them with your decorative painting, use it for applying your glazes and fine finishes because you've got a fine flat chisel brush, you've got a chamfered edge, angular brush, you've got your wide tip, you've got your second largest, and then your elongated rounded brush, okay? You've got 5 in there, 4 in here. Guess what? That's a bundle for you. You can get all of that by typing shop brush for £9.99. That's brilliant, okay? You can never have too many brushes. It's just impossible. I think I've probably got over 150, 200 brushes. That's just here at home. I've probably got about 300. And I have them for a very specific reason. Some of my paints are solvent-based. Some of my paints are oil-based. Some of them are water-based. I use some for stippling. I use some to cut into. When they're as cost-effective as they are on today's shows, they're an absolute steal to grab them, use them, keep them within your stash. Use them for, of course, your blending inks. You can find that a brush is one of the most fundamental tools, not only in a mixed media artist's collection, but for anybody that loves to dabble in craft. These brushes here, when I'm at home and I'm decorating and with Luke and we go, oh, we've got to go around this corner here, my big chunky paintbrushes I've got for my DIY, sometimes I'm like, bear with my craft room. I go in there and I'll pick something out teeny tiny like this and it's just what you need. They don't just stay within your craft room, they go everywhere, okay? They're fab. So please don't miss out on the set today. You're gonna get your 4 chunkies and you're gonna get your 5 detailers, shop brush £9.99. Now, of course, if you wanna do that mica creation, okay, which I'm gonna share with you, which I did on that black card, you're gonna also wanna pop in your basket your magic bond and seal. As well, if you're joining the Cadence Club, your first and second class will feature this product very heavily. It's your Magic Bonded Seal Kit. It's Shop Magic to get hold of it. It's $14.99. It's by far the best and most cost-effective way to get involved with an aspect of every adhesive that Cadence offers you in terms of rice paper application and finishing. You can get a gloss, a matte, a dishwasher safe, a fabric glue, and an antiquing glue. Right, Andrew. Should we have a look at some quick demos and come back? Okay, I'm going to take you all with me because, of course, it's lovely to have all of your company today. We're going to do some demoing and then we're going to go back and show you because I still have basically another whole counter. I've got some stencil storage as well. And just whilst I do come over to demo, I'm going to grab one of them for you because this is just brilliant. Now, when you're getting your stencils, and the stencils have been really busy so far this morning, so please remember to check out your baskets if you've got those in there. This here for you is a set of book covers. Now, we got these and I said, these are going to be brilliant for my stencils, Stephanie. And she was like, oh really? She was like, show me. So I was like, okay, well, let's have a look. You can store all of your stencils in here like a book, okay? Now you get a fabulous full pack of your A4 clear. You're going to get 50 in total of these polypropylene register book covers, but they're great for stencils because with our A4s, we can take them. Now you get, of course, your book inserts. You can put an A4 book in here, but you can slide your stencils inside it like this. So if you've got stencil spray on there, it stays clean. You fold it over, and then of course all of your stencils stay nice and fresh. They don't pick up any dust, they don't pick up any hair, and guess what? It's £9.99 for 50 of these. Of course I've popped my A4 in there. You can get as well, also put your 8x8s in there, doesn't matter. But look, so I pop these in there, and as I fold it flat, all my stencils are staying lovely and stored together, which means I can have a full stack of them. They could go in a big wallet as well, but look, nothing is sticking to these. It keeps them so fresh and tucked in together. They're an absolute game changer. Do you know what as well? Something else that occurred to me. Use them for rice paper storage because of course all that rice paper will lock into the pocket on this side. If you fold it over like this and put a piece of kitchen towel over it and run just an iron on a warm temperature over the top, it will create a permanent crease here, or you could burnish it down to create a perfect hinge here, look. And then you've got a fold in there which keeps them all together nice and flush. Now, if you've got stencils in your stash, if you've got decorative papers in your stash, if you love to keep your product nice and tidy, so each time you come to it, there's not the frustration of, oh, that's stuck together, I need to clean that before I start crafting with it. The covers are for you because I'd sacrifice maybe 4 or 5 of them, use them as a painting palette. They're fab, because you can wipe them clean. It's also a very durable plastic. So, let's get demoing, shall we? So in here, I'm going to take that hydrangea and we're going to do some layering. I've got the lovely Carol with me, of course. Good morning, Carol. I put a sticky label on each brush. It's stating what I've used it with, paint, glue, gesso. I have a specific brush for each project. Carol, I love that. That's the most satisfying thing ever. A lot of my blending brushes that I use for inks, I try to keep a little tab of what colour or code I've used for them. Love that. Soph Lou Green, good morning to you, Soph. It's great to have your company. I love it when you can join us for shows. She said, hi, David. Can you use Mica in the Capella paste, please? Absolutely, you can do, Soph. That's a great shout. Your Capella paste is a very thick, heavy-bodied medium, okay? So sometimes it can be the dominant characteristic in that sort of combination. So what I would do is add a little bit more than you would naturally think you need, but yes, you can add your micas in there. What would be nice when you've stenciled with your Capella is dust it with mica afterwards, and then just run your palette back over the top, and it will burnish it all into the surface. Be a great idea though, so definitely. Good morning, Penny. Penny's got in touch as well, saying, morning everyone. David, can you use the ceramic paint on the resin? Yes, you can. Ceramic paint you can use on your resin cast, so if it's like your Jasmonite, or of course like a water-based resin, absolutely you can do. If you're going on to polymer or epoxy resins, you can also use it for that as well. Just make sure you're not curing it in the oven, because of course those mediums aren't suitable for oven use if it's on things like resin, because the resin won't want to go in an oven. But yeah, you just leave it 21 days to cure and absolutely it will be perfect. Just make sure it's nice and clean before you do it. Should we get started? Right, but keep your questions coming in because I love being able to answer them, and if I can't answer them, we are a pool of knowledge here at Highlight Crafts, and most certainly one of us will be able to. I think Stephanie worked out the other day that there's well over like 150 years combined knowledge within the creative space, which sounds crazy, but I've probably been in it for the least amount of time, but I've learned tons along the way. From what I'd already known to what I know now is crazy bonkers. So please do ask all of those questions, because one of us will be able to get the answer for you. And you know what? I love it, because sometimes if I don't know, it means I've learned something new that day as well, which is really nice. So what I'm going to do is I've got my watercolour pad here. We do have the watercolour pad on the show. And I'm starting off with Shop Pastel, okay, which is your pastel set with the Hydrangea stencil. But I'm going on to that Mozart watercolour pad. The watercolour pad we do have on the show, I think it's Shop Watercolour for that one. Shop Pad, sorry, I do apologise. Shop Pad for that one. Oh, it's on your screen right now. You can check out the graphics for that one and the details. $24.99. I love this one. It's massive. Inside here, you get a combination in a total of 30 sheets of really thick, heavy-duty watercolour cards. So let's start crafting, shall we? I'm going to start with the outline of your hydrangea. So a little bit of stencil spray. You'll find this on the show as well. Shop ahead on the website. You'll get all the details that will feature within the demo, so you don't miss out on anything. Now we're going to start with that outline, okay? And what I'm going to do through stenciling this, I'm actually going to mask off layers of my other bit of stencil with a bit of that Sticks 2 tape that we had on the other day. This is your stencil tape. It's brilliant because it's repositionable. It doesn't lose its tack because it's not picking up fibres. So definitely get this. You'll find it on the website, guys. So I'm going around all of the edges of my stencil. And hydrangeas are a beautiful flower to work with. I don't know about you, but a hydrangea is probably one of the most exciting florals. They come back every year, they get bigger every year, they are so hardy, and of course they get the name because they drink tons of water, they need to stay hydrated. But I love, of course, the soil that they're put in is dependent on, of course, the colour of the flower. And I bought a pink one, and then it flowered blue the following year because the soil I put it in was different. Really interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shave off from our pastels kit. Now, of course, this full set of pastels with your extender comes in that bundle, okay? $24.99 Shop Pastels is going to get you everything that you see here. So what I'm doing is I'm going in with a craft knife, and I'm going to just shave off a little bit of that pastel. See there how I'm just shaving it down, okay? You could use something like a really fine, like garlic or a cheese grater, but I find this super simple. I mean, you could do it with a plastic palette knife as well. They're so soft. So take some of that out. Then we're going to use our Cadence extender and just put a little blob, like a 10p piece amount, just there, okay? And this is going to kickstart our process. I'm going to grab one of my chunky stencil brushes and start to mix into the pastel and extender, and we're creating our own pastel paint, okay? So within our first stencil image, we're going to build in. Now I can see already it's only a very soft colour. I want my first colour to be incredibly soft, but I am going to put a little bit more pigment in there just to build that up, because sometimes what I see in person, which is nice and faint and subtle, for you at home or through the camera, it would be even paler because it's got another lens to carry through. So what I'm going to do is build up just a little bit more colour, and then I'm going to actually make a bit of a shadow, a bit of a halo around the edge, just to have a lovely soft blue. Okay, so now we've got that first one. Now I've taken that away, you can definitely see that, okay? And what we want to do before we add our next layer in here is give it a little dry. When you're drying, if it's still connected to the pad, just lift it up so the heat can travel through. So a little dry on there will take just literally about 10 to 15 seconds for that to become nice and dry. And remember as well, I'm using that watercolour pad, which is ultra thick, ultra strong, and great for this process. Now what we want to do is look at our next stencil that we're going to be going through. And of course it's going to be the one that's the second most open, okay? You can see this one here is a little bit more compact, there's less stencil area. This one there's hardly any, but it's going to add that finer detail. This one here is more open, so we're going to go with that next. A little bit of stencil adhesive, just on the back of there, teeny tiny spritz. Now you can see here, as this builds out, you can easily layer it back over. Now these are designed to, of course, be very, very easy going. So there's literally, you don't have to do accurate lineup with this. So I'm literally just going to pop that directly on there so I can see that it's covering that entire halo. Push it down. And I love that you don't even need a marker. You don't have a specific point for it to join up. It literally just follows the shadow of the frame, okay? That's the beauty of these stencils. So if you've never used a layering stencil before, I would definitely suggest starting with this, and also it's all on one stencil, so you're not having to buy like 10 different stencils for this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with the purple pastel and add a bit more, okay? So I'm actually adding a little bit of a deeper colour this time, but I'm going to prominently use still our lilac. So I'm going to go with my extender, put a teeny tiny bit more out onto the page, pick up a bit of that and start with that lovely tone, but just use it in a high concentration. I'm going to go back over our stencil now and start to add this in again. A little bit more extender required there, just to allow it to flow. There we are, and some more of our wonderful pastel. Look at that colour, it's gorgeous. Now what I'm going to do is just add a hint of that dark purple into here, so we're starting to allow a gradient to appear. I'm going to shave off a little bit more of that blue. My blue one I have popped. Ooh, where's my blue one gone? Oh, I popped it back in my box. Thanks, Rachel. Got the lovely Rachel on cameras, everybody. I've also got Andrew producing, of course. And it's wonderful to have all the team involved. It's great. So that's my team I've got with me for today. So I'm going to add a little bit more pastel in here. And then continue to blend just round. And you'll see that as I take this away, you'll get that layering system. Now I just want to make sure I've got no white showing through. So brilliant. We've got that done, and look at that, that's our first layer now built up. Again, give it a quick blast with your heat gun, and this is how quick and easy they are. I really wanted to show you this from start to finish. Remember, if you've not gone for this and you've just joined us, good morning, it's lovely to have you. It is shop pastel for this one, $24.99. My brain just went, oh, give me a minute. There we go. Shop pastel for these, $24.99 for all of that kit in there together for your hydrangea layering, and of course your pastel paints. What I'm going to do now is go in with the second one. I'm just going to remove that little bit of masking tape so I can see my design nice and easily. And we're going to go back over the top now with, of course, this third layer. We're going to add some tape just around areas we don't want any paint to transfer through, because of course it's all on one design for us, making it far more cost effective, but also incredibly creative. So let's put these areas just around there to stop that masking. I'm still using the same pieces of tape. In fact, I'm going to get another piece just to cover that area off. Now we really want to start building up with the dark purple. So we're going to go in with some more of that pastel, still using the lilac tone, but also going in with that deep purple as well. A bit more, of course, of our extender. And after we've done this one, we're going to do a mica transformation too. So I'm really excited about that one. So again, with a bit of extender, that lovely lilac and the deep purple, we're going to start to create that blend through here now. Let's do it. Look at this. So covering over any light areas that have been missed, circulating through with our stencil brush. And what it also does is it activates the base layer. So any area that does already have any of that pastel on, it slightly opens it up again, meaning you get a really easy blend. So you can't ever go wrong really with this. It's a fabulous process. I love it to bits. So take that away. And now we've got our third layer. So we're going to top that off now with our fourth and final layer of our hydrangea. I'm just going to dry that off again with my heat gun. The reason why I'm drying it gently in between each layer is that I just don't want it to be too damp when I'm layering down my stencil, because of course, if that was the case, it wouldn't stick. Now, our fourth and final layer for our hydrangea is now going to sit on top of there. You can see I've still got the white showing through. There are areas that haven't yet been covered. So this is what's going to do that for us. Again, I'm not being super precious with the lineup as well. Really just going for it because it is that easy. So there's nothing to hold you back on a stencil like this. Now we're purely just going to use the deep purple. Okay, we're not even going to touch on the lilac. So I'm going in just with deep purple there. And we're going to start to go all the way around on our stencil design here with that wonderful dark purple colour. It's almost like a lavender shade. Look at that, we've now added that in, which has given us a glorious setting. It's absolutely fabulous, look at that. That there is our hydrangea head. Of course, you've got the leaves and the stems to do the rest of the work for you as well. So you can continue to work with it, adding those stems and leaves in there. I'm just going to quickly actually share with you how easy it is to do those, because it'd be nice to see it come together all as one project. So I'm going to pop my stem just down here. In fact, I'm going to use my finer stem because you can layer all these on top, but I'm going to skip out this layer actually, and let's just use those. We're going to go in with our wonderful leaf green colour. Shave a little bit of that off, there we go. And then we're going to go in with this one. I'm going to bring a little bit of lilac in there just to take it and make it a bit darker. Let's pick up a bit more. Or might need a tiny bit more. See, this is it, you can experiment with it. Get a bit more of that green just there. And you're making your own paints, which for me is what's really exciting. There we go, look. So we've got our stem now. And then our leaf is just here. So let's add our leaf to the edge. Again, start to blend through with our leaf design. I've not masked that one, so I'm just going to put my fingers there just to cover that up. Really simple and easy process. Anyone can have a go at this. It's super fun. And then we're going to put our secondary layer on, just there, which of course means we need a slightly darker green. So let's go in with our craft knife, shave just a little bit off. There we go. Still using that same green here, but bringing in a bit of that, so it's a little bit more vivid. Bit of purple in there, take it down a bit. And then again, just blend through, just making it a slightly darker halo for us, which is really, really nice to see. There we are, we've got that layer. And then the vine is just going to go in the center, so sort of like the veins of the leaf, should I say. And then we're just going to go in with a bit of that purple again. So it's like a purpley green colour. Look at that. Absolutely wonderful. We have created a layering hydrangea stencil from our pastel paints in, of course, a series of layers for the head, a singular fine stem, and then we've got that wonderful bit of foliage that adds on. Now remember, for Shop Pastel, it's going to get you the full set of pastel sticks. They're soft pastels in here, with water soluble, so they work great, of course, with your extender. And talking of your extender, mine is just here. So those there were the tools that I used, the ingredients for this very project. We mixed our extender with our pastels. We applied it to the surface of our watercolor card, which gave us the most striking finish and wonderful result. And how easy was that to do? When I say these are achievable projects for you, they absolutely are. It doesn't get any easier than that, I promise you now. So simple. And guess what? You've just created your very own pastel paints. I'm just going to pop that now to one side. We'll do a quick recap for you, because I know it's been really busy in between elements there. So let's have a look at the top of our show, because I know a lot of you have just joined us, and thank you for those of you who have. It's great to have your company. I'm going to take you all with me as well. Let's have a little look. Ooh, Bridget says my birthday points are definitely going towards something Cadence. I like your style, Bridget. Fabulous. Lots of you getting involved as well today. Oh, Bridget says she labels her stencil brushes too. Brilliant. We're all getting organised, I see. Okay, so we're going to run through the stencils with you. I'm going to start off with the ones, of course, which are out. This here is Shop Alphabet. Now, if you have a look at these, you've got in here an entire set of alphabetical stencils with symbols. You're getting 10 individual stencils here, okay? This isn't one big massive stencil, look, 10 in there, which is amazing. All different fonts, different scales, different sizes, different themes. If you're wanting something sophisticated, something contemporary, something bold, something strong, something new, something fresh, something old looking, something a bit more, you know, antique-y, then you've got a font to do that as well. You've got all your numbers, your symbols, and your letters in here. Some have uppercase, some have lowercase as well, which is a great variety for you, especially if you're spelling out names, special occasions. Or do you know what I like to do? With an alphabet stencil like that, I like to just paste over the whole thing and have it in my background. I think it looks great for texture building, especially on canvases. Shop Alphabet for £29.99. You're going to get 10 alphabetical stencils. Okay, so make sure to add those to your basket, especially if you've gone for your pastel set, which I just shared with you. I'm going to show you that one next now, okay? So I'm just going to clear the decks, put this.
40%.
Oh, 40% of alphabet is now in allocation, everybody. Goodness me, it's busy already. We're only into our first hour. I'm going to share with you now the pastel set, okay? Shop Pastel, of course, is the one I just demonstrated for you. That is where you're going to get your A4 Hydrangea stencil, which layers up together. You also in here as well are going to get your set of 12 soft pastels from Reeves, and we're also going to give you as well a fabulous bonus in there, which is your Cadence extender. Now all three of those mediums combined together for a great price of just £24.99. The code that you need to type in though is Shop Pastel, because that's a craft kit. That there is a crafting destination for you. That could be what you do today on a lovely summer's day. I say summer's day, it feels, sure does feel like summer today, doesn't it? You've got a wonderful kit there, and again, great saving for you. Just £24.99. Shop Pastel is going to get you a brand new stencil, and of course that lovely bundle of Reeves and Cadence to go with it. Please don't miss out on that one. We also have your cherry blossom stencils. Now, set of 4 glorious designs here for you. I'm going to pop that one just there so you can see all these up close and personal. Shop Cherry for this one here. Great price on this one. Again, really busy here too. Please don't miss out on this. It's Shop Cherry. It's £24.99. 4 brand new A4 stencils. Over half of the stock. Okay, now 53% of the stock of this is now in allocation for Shop Cherry. Really busy there. everybody. So please take advantage of this whilst we've got it in stock. It is crazy, crazy busy this morning. So thank you so much for joining us. It's amazing. And again, brand new stencils, Makeover Monday. We love brand new stencils here today. And it's, again, it's a really exciting part of the show. Something else that's brand new for you as well, we're just going to cover this off again before we have a look at some other items we haven't yet shared with you, is your Cadence glass and ceramic paint. It's your brand new set launching today here at 11 a.m. for the 2 hours. We're going to demo with this a little bit later on. This here is Shop Mineral. And Shop Mineral is £15.99 for you. You're going to get your light blue, your champagne and your lilac inside here. A trio of beautifully harmonising paints for you to go not only onto glass but also ceramic. So mugs, ceramic plates, tea plates, side dishes, saucers, all that sort of thing. Candle holders, home decor. It goes onto all of those different surfaces, whether it's glazed or unglazed. It coats and bonds it. And the beauty of this is it's oven curable. So, a few interesting points with metallic paints to make them oven curable. There's a few factors that have to be very cautiously taken into account. And again, with that, it means that if you've got metallic flakes in there, sometimes they most likely are not oven curable. But Cadence have developed it in a way that is. It means it doesn't yellow in the oven. It doesn't go to that tinge of sort of faded aspect. It of course stays bright and vivid as it should do. But what happens is, as it gets to a hot temperature of 180 degrees, it bonds and fuses to, of course, whether it's glass or ceramic. Just make sure the glass and ceramic you're using is oven safe. If it's not, Cadence do give you the option to leave it 21 days to cure. But you can cut that month out, that time period of 3 weeks, by, of course, just popping it in the oven if it's suitable. So, why not? Talking of things that are glass and ceramic, that cake stand, love this to bits. It is brilliant. Shop cake for this, £9.99. It's a wonderful two-tiered cake stand with detail in here. Everybody needs these in their home. We only have 6 of these remaining left in stock, everybody. So please take advantage of that. There's only 6 left. Oh my word. That means one of you could get 6, or of course it means 6 of you could get 1. So that was great maths there, wasn't it? So of course a lot of you have been shopping ahead already. I love this to bits. It's fabulous. I love a cake stand. If you like anything that's quintessentially British for tea room, then you know you're going to want this out on display. Maybe you're just going to have it out every day anyway. But again, for you, if you're doing your own little tea party, or you've got a few friends coming over in the afternoon for some sandwiches, why not dress the table and make it all styled together, and you've decorated it yourself. Okay, so something else for you. Oh, I've just dropped a sticker on the floor. Andrew, should we have a look at some of the bits we've not covered yet?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, great. So I'm going to bring them over to you. Don't worry, everybody. I'm going to bring these to you. Now, this here is Shop Jar. It's £17.99. They're a firm favourite here at Highlight Crafts. These are your glass jars. You're going to get your 400ml and your 600ml, but you're going to get 2 of each, okay? So 4 glass jars in total. They all come with the cork lid. Mel's been using these with her Cerezo Trasparente flowers, which looks wonderful. I've been mirror spraying in these, using them with paint, blending them. They're great as candle holders. A set of 4 of these together on the patio, or of course an outdoor table with a little tea light in each one, is going to look gorgeous for the evening. But they also look great to store your tea, coffee and your sugar in out in your kitchen if you've decorated them. They look wonderful. Very sleek. They've got rounded edges to them as well, so if you are using mirror spray or rice paper, it's really easy to apply and finish. 4 of those for you. Oh, that was a bit risky picking up all 4 at once. £17.99. You've got a great saving on there as well of £11.97, because of course you're getting the whole bundle. Now, something I'm going to be using in a few moments' time is your black watercolour card. This is a 2-pack. It's Shop Watercolour for this. You're going to get 15 sheets in each pad, which amounts to, of course, 30 in total. It's a wonderful 230 gram weight cardstock, and it's watercolour quality, but it's black, okay? So it's not the same as a standard black cardstock. It's designed to take on mediums and withhold its weight under paints and water. So 2 of your creative pads today. It's Shop Watercolour at £19.98. Of course, the Mozart pad that I just used as well in that demonstration with the Hydrangea is here for you. You're in here going to get 30 sheets of heavyweight A4 300 GSM watercolour card. Great for blending, creating stunning effects on whether you're stenciling, you're doing background washes a lot. This is one to add to your basket. It's Shop Pad at £24.99. I'm going to bring these 3 over for you because you've got a wonderful little collection of chopping boards here, which look great for rice papering, and also all those other crafty techniques. Whether you're using your pyrography or your wood burning gel, you can use these. Starting off with Shop Round. This one here for you is Shop Round. It's £9.99. Okay, fabulous little round chopping board. It would look great hanging on the side in a kitchen, maybe with a nail through it. You could turn it into a little clock face, which would be cute. But these are great for little serving platters as well. But also they're just lovely to have out. Okay, maybe you're gonna go for two of them, and you and your partner of an evening are gonna have a lovely little tapas night, or you just want to have a lovely surface to craft on. Shop Round for £9.99 is gonna get you one of those. We also do have Shop Board, which is your rectangular chopping board, which has a little routed channel that runs through here. This would be great of an evening if you're sat out and you're having a glass of wine and you're going to put some cheese on here with a few bits of cured meats and bits and bobs. How wonderful would that be? A lovely little evening spent on a surface that's crafted by you. That there is Shop Board. Then we also have Shop Rectangle, which is like the panel, okay? This one here for you is, sorry, the other way around. Sorry, this one here for you is Shop Board. This one's £9.99 for you. And this is your wonderful softer wood, which would be great for rice papering, many other techniques, and lots to explore in there. Of course, just to mention for you, this one here was, of course, Shop Rectangle, wasn't it, Andrew? Sorry, with the channeled edge. Yeah. This one here that's got a lovely little routed edge in there, which would be great as a little cheese board, as a great gift set. That one there for you is Shop £9.99. Shop Board, I think. Okay, so we're going to have a look at some other bits and bobs for you as well, because of course we do still have some items on this counter end here which I hadn't yet covered. We're having a little change, everybody. I've got the lovely Amanda on cameras now. Thank you, Rachel. Bye. So we've got the lovely Amanda on cameras for our second hour today. It's wonderful to have your company. I'm going to quickly share some products with you, and then I'm going to do a brief recap, of course, for those of you who've just joined on how to actually shop with us, because I know there's lots of you in the comments who are new today. We've got some adhesive. This is our glue section, okay? We did briefly cover the Shop Magic, which here was your Cadence Magic Bond and Seal Kit at $14.99. You're going to get 5 bottles inside here, a great variety from your gloss, your matte, your dishwasher fabric, and your antique. I do also here have for you as well 2 bottles of different glues. Now, this one here is your larger version of your fabric glue from this set. This is your fabric decoupage adhesive. It's shop glue. It's $8.99. So if you want to go for your fabric glue, it's fully machine washable. It's a rubberizer, so of course it almost dries like vinyl, fully flexible, and of course you can use it on all types of garments. This here is your porcelain napkin glue. Now your porcelain napkin glue is also dishwasher safe and waterproof. This one here is Shop Napkin. It's £9.99. Meaning you can go onto things like your rice papers, onto things like your glass plates with your rice papers, and on things like mugs, other ceramics as well. And it's fully washable and it's waterproof. It's brilliant. Of course, it's weather resistant as well. When you put a rice paper on a surface with this glue, please do bear in mind it is permanent. It's not going to come off, okay? So always remember that when you're doing it. It's fabulous though, because of course that means it's super strong and durable, and it is also water-based. I do have 2 sprays here for you as well. Very important one, considering that today is a great stencil show for Makeover Monday. Shop Spray, £9.99 is going to get you a Cadence stencil spray. This here is by my side and by all of our sides for so many different reasons, but of course the main one being for stencils. Now it's repositionable on glassware, fabric, plastic, metal. Whether you're using it on cardstocks, it doesn't leave residue behind, it doesn't go really webby and create a tangled mess of glue. It's really fine. It's almost like hairspray, but it lasts a very long time. You're going to get so much out of this one. As you saw earlier, I used teeny tiny spritzers with it, and it turned out incredibly well because, again, even on a watercolour card, it leaves no residue behind. We then do also have for you the Cadence Mirror Spray. Now, this looks like it's on a fabulous deal for you because your Cadence Mirror Spray could be yours today. It's UK only, of course, without aerosols, I'm afraid. This here is Shop Mirror. It's £19.99. You've got a £10 saving on this. Imagine this on that wonderful cake stand. £10 saving on your mirror spray. As Amanda is holding our camera, she's shopping already. She just said, get straight in my basket. I can imagine that that's an absolute must for so many of you at home. Again, we've got a £10 saving on that. £10. That means you could be going for your sentiment stencils today, and they're working out at like only $4.99 for you because you've saved a tenner on your stencils, on your mirror spray. I can't see your mouth, Amanda, because of the phone. Can you use it on stencil? Yes, of course. You can use it through stencils. We're going to do that during the show. So we've got a mirror spray for you at $19.99. Shop Mirror for that one. It's brilliant. I love that product. It turns any glassware into a mirror. Quick and easy as that. It will work on some plastics as well, so always give it a bit of an experiment. Works on things like printable acetate. So,
There's only 5 left of the Micas.
oh, only 5 left of the Micas, everyone. Right, we're going to use these next. $39.99 Shop Mica. These are brilliant. You've got in 32 colours, one of our latest releases of Micas. I mean, what more could you want? These are huge. You get loads inside here. They're absolutely glorious. Look at all of those tones from your rosy reds, your wonderful vivid greens, your bright blues. You've got coppers, bronzes. I mean, look at those 2 colours there together. Is that not just an absolute dream? These bottles you're seeing here are not painted. These aren't sprayed. They are see-through bottles. You are seeing the mica on the inside of those. Look at that. Wow. These are wonderful. 32 of those, Shop Mica. The best $39.99 you will ever spend on mica powders. It is brilliant. You can also get your brush and your 2 spatulas in there. Should we go and have a go with it? Should we go and have some fun? The coffee fairy has been as well and has dropped me a coffee on my desk. Well, not dropped. Imagine. Hi, David. Dropped me a full coffee on my desk. Thank you, Amanda. Oh, look at this. Oh, yeah, right. Fancied that. Oh, I know what I am going to grab. The iPad. I've not brought you all with me. I don't know what you're saying. Let's go and grab it, shall we? So, of course, please do keep me company. Lots of you have been getting involved, of course, for today's show, which is wonderful to have you. It's great having you with me. It's just so much fun. I want to know what you got up to at the weekend as well. What did you do yesterday? I live in Sheffield, which is like, I don't know, about 40, 45 minutes usually on an average day to come to work. And it was beautiful weather yesterday. It was like 22 degrees at one point. It was gorgeous. I did so much gardening. And what did everyone do? What did you do? Did you do some crafting outside? Amanda, you were crafting, weren't you? Did you do any crafting in the garden whilst Cameron was cutting the grass?
No, I left him to do the garden that I crafted inside.
Amanda crafted inside.
His Evo isn't up yet, so I can't go outside.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, I was gardening. Luke was watching Doctor Who. I think he watched it twice. And it was gorgeous weather, absolutely wonderful. But you know what? When I start going out in the gardening for me is like crafting. It's the same thing. And it's how as well I love to craft with flowers. So, Andrew, what did you do?
I was working and then
He was working.
camping in the van here and played golf.
He played golf, he was camping, and he was also here on Saturday when we had our shows as well. So Andrew got up to loads. He had a fun-filled weekend. Let's have a look. We've got lots of you talking amongst yourselves in the comment, which is always wonderful to see too. I'll absolutely love it when you all start chattering. Also, as well, we are going to spin the wheel during this show, so do make sure to type the word makeover into the comments if you haven't done already. The wheel is just behind me over there, and we will be spinning it when the clock commences, just like 6-7 minutes before the end of the show. So please do that. It's one full word, makeover, to type that in, and we'll draw a winner at the end. Let's have a look, just to make sure I've not got any questions I need to cover off before we start. But lots of you are, Amanda says, I'm trying to sort my stash today. Lot keep getting put off. Lol. Yeah, it's very easily done. I know what it's like. If I start sorting through my craft room, I start crafting. I'll pick up something, oh, I forgot I had that, and I'll start making something. I don't know if anyone else is the same as me, but it happens. Now, with that, on my palette paper, I've also had those pastels out from earlier, and the beauty of those is that you can actually wipe your palette paper clean, and you can use it again, so you're not constantly chucking it in the bin. So we're going to be a little bit more, I mean, I'm frugal with everything, especially when it comes to paper, but I'm wiping that clean so I can use that palette time and time again. Okay, so nice clean palette for me to work on. I've got some of my black watercolour card, and I'm going to show you that stenciling technique. I want to show you how I did this, but also not only how we did the stencil, how we did that wonderful spritz in the background. Now, this is a really important combination of product used here. I used my Cadence Magic Bond and Seal Kit. Now, I know so many of you have that at home already, but for those of you who don't, this is fundamental within part of this process because in my spray bottle, I used glue, water, and mica to create a perfectly permanent mica spray, which means this won't come off. Okay, it's not going to rub off, it's not going to flake off, it's not left it tacky. This spritz here is made of glue. Even Amanda's loving it. Yep, that's got the seal of approval from our lovely Amanda. And also we've got a solid pigmented. Now, I'm going to use my micas for this. Let's get into it, shall we? So, with my Be Happy stencil, I'm going to add some stencil adhesive to it. So I'm spraying over my bin, okay? I'm going to pop a little bit of stencil spray just on the back there. And then, of course, give it a waft. Give it a nice little waft, shake off. And, of course, that dries it. It's like when Mel tacks her scan and cut mat. She leaves it for about 5-10 minutes, and it allows the glue to be tacky and not wet. it needs to be able to hold to your hand like that, and you want your hand to be nice and clean afterwards. If your hand's sticky, it means the glue hasn't dried. Literally takes 5 to 10 seconds though, so it's good to go. Right, I'm going to put one of my stencils here. I'm using Shop Positive for this, okay? So I'm using my Positivity stencils, and look, I'm also using a lovely craft mat underneath here. Isn't it sublime? So I've got a sublimation printed board here, so if you've been all shopping ahead for your sublimation process, I loved that show at the weekend, you can be using it as a craft mat. I've got to keep it clean though. I just know I do. Right, okay, so let's get started. From my Magic Bond and Seal kit, okay, I've got out this glue. Now this here is your gloss glue, okay, it's designed for rice paper, but I like using things for not what they're intended for. I just like to do that. So what we're going to do is pop some of our Cadence Bond and Seal gloss glue out onto our palette paper here. Put some just there, nice little blob, like a 10p piece size that's nice and domed. We're then also going to go into our mica powders. Now for this, I'm going to use copper, because copper is just an absolutely beautiful shade. Look at this little storage as well I've got going on here, this little ensemble that our lovely Amanda's put together. Let's have a look. Oh, look at them. Is that not just, and that. Okay, I'm going to use those 3. Not my usual colours, but ones that really spoke to me, okay? So I'm going to start off with the copper. Now what we're going to do is put some copper out onto our mat like this. And we're going to use a stencil brush for this one. Of course, you use your chunky brushes, shop brush to get your brushes with your flat and your rounded ones. We go into a bit of our glue. Now notice the glue is white, okay? It's a creamy glue, but it dries glossy. So if you're using mica powders with glossy glue, you're going to get glossy micas. It looks amazing. You've got to give it a go. Right, okay, and also it's waterproof. So I'm going in here with my micas, with my glue, creating a mica paste, okay? And we're going to start to blend through on here. Now look at this, okay? It looks beautiful. We're going on to black card here, remember, black watercolour card. It's given us an incredible coverage. Now you'll always find that micas on a dark surface will sing, okay? They will always be far stronger. If you've got a surface that isn't dark, you can always gesso it black. So if it's resin or you're using your black resin cast, you're good to go. But I'm using the glue, which allows it to travel really freely and easily. Because the glue itself is more of a gel state, it's not running or traveling, it's not bleeding. I'm not stippling, I'm just gently swirling through my stencil. And what happens is, through that swirling process, it's like all of the molecules are reconfiguring together, which create this burnish effect. Now you can stipple in, of course, like that. But what I'm going to do is do one layer, and then I'm going to do a second layer before, of course, I take the stencil away. So I'm going all over this design here, into all of the indentations and detail. Now Shop Mica, of course, is going to get you all 32 of these colours. I've used one here to start with, and you saw how little I've used from the pot. Amanda also was playing with these with her soap making, so you can see how far these actually go. But they are brilliant. They're almost like an interference on them as well, because when you start to blend the colours together, you can create your own tones. Now what I want to create is an oxidised copper, okay? So what I'm going to do is I've gone over with that wonderful shade of copper. Now I'm going to go into the green. Okay, so I'm going to take some of this golden green out of here. Now the reason why I chose this one is because of it being called golden green, it has flecks of gold in it, which to me look a little bit like copper. So if I pop some of that out onto my mat, what I can now do is bring a bit more glue. So you notice how little glue I've used. A little bit of glue into a little bit of green, mix it all together in here, and we're going to start to add this over the top. So now we're creating a green copper. Look at that colour that we're getting through there. Is that not just absolutely gorgeous? So with this, and it's just irresistible. Imagine you'd loaded up your brush with 2 different colours and you're going to do your decorative painting with mica powders, with Stephanie's techniques. If you're part of those clubs, everybody, these are the things you need to add to your basket, because of course the Cadence Club will not just only feature Cadence in there. I'll also be using Cadence alongside some of our favourite collaborative mediums, such as our mica powders. So if you are, of course, wanting to learn more techniques along the way, it would be a great incentive to add these into your basket, because we can also use these on fabric with our fabric glue. So mica mixed with the glue. I'm going to go with more green this time. And you can see as I'm going in with a second layer, it's given us not only full coverage, but all my brush strokes are starting to disappear, which I love. Also, this stencil as well will look brand new when you finish with it, because the glue itself, before it's cured, will come off really easily with just warm soapy water. So just soak it or rinse it. Use your brush like this to clean it, and it will all come right for you as well. Here we go. And if you've got markers in your stash already, you've got a couple of colours, and you would think, oh, I love using those. Imagine having 32. I've got a set of 6 at home. 32. I've never even been able to buy a set of 32. You absolutely will love them. Right, okay. What I'm going to do now is take this stencil away. Okay, so we've got our wonderful midnight background with that wonderful mica that's come through here. It almost looks to me like it's been foiled. Look at that. You can see the green blending with the copper, which means whichever the light shines on here, whichever direction is cast upon this, you are, of course, going to get that wonderful reflection of colour. So let's add something else to it. Okay, let's go even further. I've got a pot here, a little spritz pot, with some water in. I've got a bit too much water in there, so I'm going to pour some out. Let's have a look. I don't want to pour too much out because it might be a faff trying to fill it up without a tap here. So there we are. So I'm going to say I've probably got around about 10 ml of water in there. My paint palette, I'm just going to pop this to one side because I don't want to put my arm in it, which I know I will. So paint palette is now ready for the bin. I'm now going to put a squirt of gloss glue in here. Okay, so our gloss glue is going to go in with our water. We are then going to go into our mica powders. Now you get a little tool with yours. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use just a cocktail stick because it's what I've got to hand. And I'm going to pop that in here. I'm going to do it over on palette paper so any spill can go back in the pot. I'm going to pick it up. That was a bit risky, that. Start to put it inside the pot, okay? Here we go. So you want to go in with your mica powders. Any that's going on this piece of paper can go, of course, back inside the pot. I'm going to peel up a little bit of foil left because it's kind of scraping it off as I'm pulling it out. So, here we go. Oh, look at that piece. Go on, there you go. Oh, look at that. That's gone in. So get some mica powders in here. You don't need much. You'll be surprised by how much you get inside these little pots. They are fabulous. I'm going to put a teeny bit more in. Okay. And this, of course, is going to be your Mica Spritz adhesive spray. Honestly, it's so fun. Now, this water inside this bottle is like tepid, okay? It's slightly warmer than room temperature. If you use warm water directly from the tap, you'll get an even quicker blend. Now, what's happening here is that water and glue is mixing with that mica. So it's diluting down the glue, but what it's doing is it's allowing that mica to bond with the glue. So when this is sprayed, the whole thing will be transparent and clear, but also you're going to have a glazed mica.
Julie's asked which glue are you using?
Oh, Julie's asked which glue am I using. It's the Gloss Magic Bond and Seal. It comes with this kit. Now, you could, of course, use the matte one if you wanted to, but I chose to use the gloss because I really wanted it to, you know, complement the micas that I've got with me. So, I'm just going to spritz this through because, of course, I will have a little bit of water just inside there. And let's start going on now. I'm going to move everything out of the way, definitely including that lovely coffee. And we're going to spritz, and probably the iPad. So move that as well. And let's spritz onto our black card, okay? This here, Amanda's standing back. Don't worry, I'm not going to spray directly towards you. Now watch this. We're going over the top of that cardstock here. And then we're going to dry it, okay? So we've got our heat tool, and we're going to start to dry this off. Because what we have created now is our own mica cardstock. But this here is no shed. It doesn't stay tacky, but it goes clear, but leaves just the mica behind. So that glue is, of course, allowing it to fully lock in place. Oh wait, Amanda just asked a great question. Would you wash this out afterwards? Absolutely. That's why I've made just a teeny tiny portion in the bottom. So I'd make up a few pages, and then you want to rinse it through with warm water. Remember, we've used glue inside here, so we wouldn't want to leave it to set because, of course, that mica then would stay in the nozzle. So just make sure that, of course, you rinse it through. Just either take this lid off, pour this into a container with a cap on so you save the solution you've made, and then just pump your nozzle through with warm soapy water and it keeps it nice and clean. But look at how this is coming together. It is beautiful, okay? You can see how striking this absolutely is. And again, as it dries, still got a bit of drying to go here, but I'm going to leave it just like that because we don't want the heat going on for ages. Look at this. It is beautiful. We've created our very own mica card. Now, when this is dry, of course, it's already dry up here at the top because it was slightly, there was slightly less place there. You've got all of that to craft with. It's so fun. So I'm going to leave that to dry. Okay, but have a look at this. Look at how we've got the speckles on there for you. How you've got all of that speckled detail. It is just glorious. We of course do have our cake stand. I'm going to go grab this cake stand because there's not a great deal of them left. Okay, but I'm going to show you how you can do some lovely techniques with these, because we're going to use our brand new glass paints from Cadence. Now these glass paints are incredible. I'm going to take my glass chopping board away because that's going to need a little bit of a clean now, but also I'm going to use my glass paint. So when I'm working on to a glass surface, I want to make sure that my protective layer is not glass, because then it will bond to that one as well. So let's take off here this smaller plate. So you see how easy it unscrews. You've got all of your washers as well. Your rubber ones of course sit against the glassware, and your chrome ones will sit on top of the rubber ones. That just means of course you've got a nice crimped finish. Now we're going to start with our larger plate, and I just want to show you what these fabulous metallics look like. Now when you're when you're painting, I always try and raise mine up a little bit so I've got a bit of height. Just makes it easier. So I'm going to pop 2 sanding blocks underneath the actual plate itself. So let's pop these just under here, and that's going to mean it's elevated everywhere. Now, of course, it's shop cake at $19.99 to get hold of these. Also, as well, your brand new set of Cadence glass and ceramic paints are shop mineral, $15.99 for the 3 of those. These are brand new, never been seen before, okay? So, your opportunity to get brand new paints today. I've also got a full box of my Cadence cutting U's, which you can see I've built up with a whole host of sponges. So I'm going to get a couple of those out because I know I'm going to need a few for this. You can use a brush to apply it if you want to. A sponge will give you a lovely textured finish though. I don't even know which colour to use because they're just all too nice. They're gorgeous. I'm going to start with this though, the wonderful light blue. Sometimes just make a decision. Okay, so I'm going in with that. Oh, look at that. Now, if I just quickly dip a brush into here, you'll see that with this particular paint, look how it keeps its peak. Okay, you can see there how that elevation has stayed arisen. This paint itself is actually far thicker and of course much more durable than any standard metallic. Now the reason for that is there's properties in here that bond it to the actual glass. So when we start to pick it up with a sponge like this, on application you want to just wash these first, use your sugar soap, make sure they're nice and clean, make sure everything in the glassware is always washed before you paint it, that way it's going to give good contact. But it means, oh look at that, you've got instant coverage. Now I'm working directly onto the back of this glass plate, okay, and the reason why is that I want my metallic paint to be showcased through the front so that when I turn it around, I've got wonderful metallic flecks of colour shining through. So what I'm going to do is go all the way around the edge, just here, and then we're going to do a second coat, because of course you build this up in 2 layers. Your first coat goes on really nice and finely, and your second coat locks in and solidifies the colour, okay? So it's always advisable, especially when you want it to be washable, okay, to do a 2-coat process. But it dries really quickly, so it allows you to do that in minutes. But look at the coverage that I'm getting on here. How quick is that? Quick, instant coverage with a glass paint that's water-based, oven curable, is just fantastic, and it's $15.99 for 3 bottles. So we've got a great price for you today on 3 brand new paints from Cadence. And we really wanted to explore different surfaces. Of course, we've shared with you paints suitable for cardstocks and metal and those sort of things for your outdoor techniques, but it's nice to now start to delve into our own display pieces, something really precious and personal. So let's go in now with some heat. I'm just going to start to gently dry this off. I'm going to have a look and see if we've got some comments coming through as well. Oh, Julie's got in touch with us. Sorry, David, oh, sorry, I had a look at that one. That one was, of course, the gloss glue that we used on there as well. Let's have a look. Oh, Julie says, must stop shopping now. Got way too much stuff. Just check some more stuff, though. Oops. Easily done. Really easily done, I would say. I do it all the time. We all do. We're all crafters. We all have fun here. That's what it's all about. So I'm going around now with that heat tool. And you can see already in areas, this is already touch dry. So I'm just building this up. Here we go. And allowing that to come to temperature. Also, as the glass itself starts to heat up with the contact of a heat tool or a hairdryer, it's going to, of course, then start to dry quicker. You just need to bring it up to temperature. Here we are. Just going around there. So today as well, just a little bit of an update for you. We, of course, do have John. He's going to be back at 1 o'clock for you with a fabulous second hour. Amanda was with him for our first hour today at 10 a.m. So John's going to be back with you at 1. And then, of course, today as well at 6 p.m, Mel is going to be here, and she's going to be sharing with you an hour of sublimation. Oh, is Mel here already? Mel's here already. She's going to be here today. She is here today, but she's going to be sharing with you an hour of sublimation. So really excited for that one. So now what I'm doing is going in with that second coat, stippling over the entirety of that plate, and you'll notice an instant definitive contrast. So of course the block coat will now start to appear through the other side. Now I'm going to go on with my ceramic paint and glass paint for this side, and then I'm going to show you on my smaller plate a bit of mirror spray. We'll show you what that looks like, okay, because it looks fab. So I'm just going to pick up a bit of paint, continue to work all the way around here. There we go. And it's so quick and easy. You won't remove the bottom layer. I'm still following the same process as stippling. And then through here, you then have that wonderful, look at that gorgeous metallic blue is shining through on there. So you can just see how that colour is carried through. Now you can blend really easily as well. So if you're thinking I'd like to create a few blends with this, don't worry, that's also achievable. If I pop some of our champagne out here as well, I've already gone in a little bit here with my blue. So naturally I may have done this as a nice blend, but what I'm going to do is just show you that if you start with one colour, and say I've got up to around about here, I'm going to gently fade that out. Okay, make sure my blue is of high contrast up to the edges. And then I would start to pick up my second tone, like my champagne, and bring that in. Okay, you can see now where the blue is travelling into the champagne. Now, because I'm actually working to reveal the appearance of the underside, you want to build in a little bit more blending technique. So continuous placement of that paint travelling round. You can see there has created that colour. Now, of course, on the other side, you may just want to keep working into it, but look how that now is starting to fade out into a sky blue, and then the champagne is easy as that. Honestly, it's fab. So, back in with the champagne now. Here we go, all the way around here. A little bit more. Again, remember, if you've not done already, type the word makeover into the comments. That enters you into the spin the wheel. You need to make sure you're in that to win it. Now, I'm going to show you here that what happens if you go straight from the dark blue to a champagne is you won't get a nice strong blend. You'll get a bit of a line, but look at how that there completely transitions into that wonderful faded champagne colour. It is gorgeous. So I'm going to leave that one there to dry, and then of course today we've got our mirror spray for £10 off. £10 off our mirror spray. So what I'm going to do is I've got my glass plate here, and we're going to mirror spray it. No, we're not. I've not got my mirror spray. Where is my mirror spray? Okay, I'll mirror spray it for you in a few minutes' time. Hopefully someone will be able to quickly grab my mirror spray and be able to bring it in for me. I may have just left it on the side, but we're going to have a look and it will come through. It might also be in the white cubes, Andrew. Andrew's gone out. He looked really happy about it. These things happen. Okay, so I wasn't actually going to do the mirror spray. I've just thought of it. That's probably why I didn't actually bring it in with me. Okay. But what I am going to do though is I'm going to show you a few more bits and bobs that we've got on our show. I swear I had it. If I find it now and Andrew's gone to look for it, I'm going to be in trouble, aren't I? No. Think I'm going to be in trouble? Think he's going to tell me off? Oh, I'll get him a sausage roll tomorrow to make up for it. Hey, he's got it. Here he is. There we go. I said I'd get him a sausage roll to make up for it. There we are. So, thank you, Andrew. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to spray onto part of this just to quickly show it to you. I've also got my heat gun with me. But when you use your mirror spray, again, shop mirror, £19.99, £10 off. Just into the bin, prime the nozzle. And we're just going to go over this edge. I'm going to stand up for this, okay? So, I'm just going around here, like that, onto the back of this plate. And then I'm quickly just going to heat dry it, okay? Heat dry in the glass plate. I'm only going to do this small section, I'm not going to do the whole plate, okay? Now with that bit of heat, we're now going to waft that away, all right? We're just going to waft that away, keep it nice and dry. Takes a minute, okay? And less than that really, but what I'm doing is just making sure it's lovely and dry before I pick it up. So you want to make sure it's lovely and set, and then on the back of here, you will get an incredible, wonderful mirrored finish. Look at that, it's absolutely beautiful. It's insane. And you know what I actually love? It being half mirror sprayed. Look at that, quite interesting. You can see there where of course your mirror spray starts and ends. I'm just going to do that section there for you today. I'm going to pop that there as well. You can do so many different techniques with these different mediums. I'm going to have a little quick run through and recap for you though on some of our really popular items today, so you can see of course everything. I definitely did Mica spray in there, but hey ho, should I say. Also, of course, for your shop cover at £9.99, sorry, this here is a great shout. If you've not already gone for these are fabulous. This is your stencil storage, okay? They work brilliantly to pop your and slide your stencils into, so of course they stay clean. And if you've got stencil spray on there as well, they're not going to pick up any extra things like dust, or maybe if the cat's come into the craft room, you don't want it to stick to it. Not the cat, the hair. You wouldn't want a cat stuck to your stencil, would you? That'd be interesting. Anyone seen my cat? Well, I've seen a stencil running down the road. Must have a cat on the other side of it. So, of course, with these stencils, they slot into either side with that envelope there. There we go. And then, of course, you've got your wonderful superior ways of storing these stencils. Of course, it's great not only for A4s, A5s, A6s, 8x8s, the lot. But we're starting off, of course, that shop cover at £9.99 for. You're going to get 50 inside there. But the stencil I was just showcasing is Shop Cherry, £24.99 for your cherry blossom stencils. These are absolutely beautiful. You've got inside here 4 different designs, A4 in size, for just £24.99. Now, you can blend with your pastels through these. Go through with that heat transfer medium. Use your foils on top. Use your acrylics. Go through with your mirror spray onto glassware. Imagine taking that away and you've mirror sprayed through it, giving you a mirrored finish of that very image. That would just look bonkers. You here have 4 brand new, never seen before stencils from, of course, your main branch to your individual sprigs to, of course, a border floral stencil as well. Showcasing today. It's launched at 11 AM. Brand new stencils, £24.99 Shop Cherry for those. We also have for you a brilliant kit. This here is Shop Pastel. You've got your A4 Hydrangea stencil. You also have your pack of 12 soft pastels, and you've got your Cadence extender. Now you're going to get all 3 of these, which combine together to make the perfect trio of ingredients for your blending. I'm going to grab mine that I did earlier on for you during the show, because look at that. Doesn't it create just a wonderful finish? Now this here is your Hydrangea layering stencil, which means you layer it up with, of course, the elements designed for you. Really simply, if you didn't join us earlier on, you can watch this show back. Of course, you'll see me doing this very project at the start of the show. 4 layers for the flower head, then you've got the stems and the leaves to go with it. You've got the pastels, which you actually shave down into a powder form, mix with your extender and make your very own pastel paint. It's as easy as that, job done. £24.99 for Shop Pastel today is going to get you that kit. Please don't miss out on it. Now what I'm going to do is show you those alphabets again. I'm just going to clear these up, make sure to stack those for you. I'm going to pop them on this chair behind me because the next bundle, you get 10 stencils. 10 alphabetical and symbol stencils are going to be on their way to you for just £29.99. Shop Alphabet. Here you have got, let's start off with our first one, which is almost like a rounded bubble, right? That you've got here as well. You have got all of these. Look at these as I place them out. There is so many in here. Now, I love a alphabet stencil just for a blend through. I don't always even mask them off. I just use it on a page, a scrapbooking page or a canvas, just to use my ink sprays. I love this one. Really funky there, that one. And it's got numbers to complement with them as well. You'll find that these stencils don't just have the letters, they have the numbers, and some of them are even uppercase and lowercase. But you have got 10 in total, okay? 10 designs there to play with. Everyday stencils, alphabetical, completely timeless. Whether you are a paper crafter, a die cutter, and you want to put these through your Pro Cut and emboss with them, I think an alphabet, this, imagine that embossed out of mirror card and sanded back so it looks like metal plate with rivets in it. This would look brilliant. Shop Alphabet, £29.99 gets you all of those there together. Great deal for you today on this one, so please don't miss out there. And let's have a look at our actual final set of stencils. This is your positivity set, so let's just stack these together. And if you're going for these stencils as well, as you're starting to build up that stash, because of course we're seeing a great stencil trend at the moment where everybody is starting to build up their stash of stencils. Storage is so important, so go for those covers, okay? You can pop them all inside there. We do have your positivities, okay? So be happy. We also have start every day with a smile, and then we do also have live in the moment. 3 wonderful sentiments for you. Shop Positive for £14.99 is going to get you all 3 of those. These are wonderful. They're absolutely gorgeous. So these are your 8x8s in size, so great for your card fronts, and of course great if you just want to do them on a page. You saw me earlier creating your Mica blends through here, which looked absolutely wonderful. I loved doing that. If you're sat at home though and thinking, how do I get all of these items in my basket? How do I get them home? I love watching, I love joining, I love to be part of the fun, but I don't actually know how to get the products home. This is how you do it, okay? Really quickly and easily for you. We are streaming live on Facebook and on Instagram right now. On those two very platforms, you can join us and you can shop with us. So in the comments section of the video, you can type in the codes that I share with you. So for example, as I just shared them, shop positive, you would quite simply type that into the comments section as you would hello or good afternoon. When you've done that, you can go straight to your messages after the show and you'll see a message from us at Highlight Crafts. Now in that message, of course, there will be a link. Now that link itself, you can click on that. It will redirect you straight over to the Highlight Crafts website, and then of course you'll see your basket built up with all of those items in there. You can check out your order, but just before you do, make sure to log into your Highlight Crafts account. Always make sure you're logged in before you check out, because if you spent over £35 being a club member, you get free postage, and being a club member is fabulous because not only do you get free postage, you get discounts with every single purchase. You also get points which build up and of course mean money off items. You also get to know about lots of products, latest updates, and exclusivity as well. So being a club member is fabulous. So for those of you who don't know, being a club member, if you just head straight onto the website, you'll be prompted straight away anyway to sign up. It's great, it'll get you features and benefits, but also you can find it on the website how to create a member. It's fabulous. Also, we're streaming live on the website. That's where you can join us and watch us as well. So please join us on the website and watch us live. It's fabulous. It's almost like a TV channel on the website. It's brilliant. And you can join us on YouTube as well. So all free places in which we're streaming for you to watch. So everyone's well catered for, which is fabulous. So please keep us company. We love the way you shop with us. It is fabulous. And it's a wonderful concept as well, which means everyone gets involved. Okay, now that we've got all of that bit done and dusted, I'm going to share with you again those brand new, flawless, fabulous paints. I just did a bit of blending and showed you how easy these are to actually apply and how, of course, they work exquisitely, not only on ceramic, but also on glass. So, your brand new bundle today for you is Shop Mineral. It's your mineral sets of paints, okay? This here has got your light blue, it's got your lilac, and also your champagne. So 3 brand new colours. Look how dreamy these are. As you saw me earlier, I found it hard to pick which one to use, so I ended up just using 2 of them anyway. They all blend together really well. They're super soft tones, so as you're working with them, you're going to get a really easy transition of colour tone. 3 of those in there for you is just £15 and 99 pence. Now we're talking brand new paints here, never seen before paints from Highlight Crafts. These are of course Cadence paints themselves, and Cadence formulate. For those of you who don't know Cadence as well, you might be thinking, this brand of paints, I've never heard of them before. They are a worldwide brand, and we are very fortunate to be one of very few and be the main UK distributor of Cadence, which means that we get to share with you latest, sometimes, and of course never seen before products. Sometimes you see it here before you'll ever see it from anywhere else. This here is the place where we share Cadence. Now, of course, they are a Turkish brand. They're based in Istanbul. Been to visit them many times now, which is a wonderful opportunity to do so. But they specialise in, of course, the development of not only craft paints, but interiors and exterior paints, and for commercial and household use. So even primary schools get their walls painted in Cadence, but also you at home can decorate your favourite treasures in Cadence. And they specialise in all water-based, with a few solvent ones in mind, such as your mirror spray. So it's family friendly, it's safe for the environment, it's cost effective, but they are a development centre. So they have their own laboratory where they test and develop paints that will work with all of your surfaces that you want to craft on. So as a crafter, we look around and go, what do we have in our own house? We have candles, we have glass ornaments, we've got wooden frames, we've got tiles in our bathroom, we've got vinyl, we've got MDF, we've got laminate, we've got glass, we've got all of it. So those paints are then formulated to adapt and be permanent on all of those surfaces, giving you the incredible results that you would usually only be able to dream of. Shop Mineral is your set of 3 brand new paints there. You also have your second set down here for you. In here, this one has got your turquoise, it's got your light pink, and of course it's also got your pistachio. This one is it? Pearl, that's it. Pearl, okay, that one there is your pearl. You're going to get those wonderful 3 tones of colour, again, just to show you a little bit more in detail. Look at them, those pearly tones Are they not just absolutely gorgeous? So those three there together, I mean, you need all 9, of course you do. But I know a lot of you have shopped ahead for your 2 previous bundles, which launched last week. We then round up here Shop Fresh for you. You've got your dark blue, you've got your purple, and you've also got your dark pink. Look at them. Very, very opulent, a little bit more vibrant there for you as well. So if you want a zesty pop of colour on those chosen surfaces, that's the way to go. That there, each set $15.99 for you, and you've got a $1.98 saving on each one of those bundles, okay? So for under £50, well under £50, you can go for all those 9 paints today. Okay, so I'm also going to show you those glass dishes. These glass dishes are a firm favourite, not only of mine, but I know for a lot of you at home, and also a lot of us creatives here at Highlight Crafts, because they're huge. Now, the exact specifications of these, I just want to read it out before I have to correct myself, it's 33.5 by 17 centimetres. So they're huge. They're over 12 inches, but of course, just by 17 centimetres, they're massive. But they're great not only as serving suggestions, so maybe, of course, if you're going to have them out on a dining table and you're going to display canapes and things like that on them, they're also a lovely fruit bowl. If you're going to have a few bits of this out onto your kitchen side or your dining table, they're also lovely to have at the entranceway of your home, maybe to put some potpourri in or some candles, or of course, a place to put the keys. They're great, but also they're wonderful substrates for our Cadence techniques. So, of course, we've got glass paints on the show. Use your glass paints on here. They'd look great. Also, your mirror spray is going to look fab. Your rice paper is going to look wonderful. Now, they're not just any old glass plate. They're beveled. So you've got this wonderful curved edge to them, which almost looks like molten glass has been laid over a pillow and it's been allowed to drape over and become really soft, where it's almost wanted to pleat but hasn't, and it gives you this really sleek finish. Also as well, the perimeter of this glass plate, which surrounds the entire edge, is frosted, so it's not sharp. You're not going to cut yourself on the glass. Of course, always handle glass with the greatest care. Always fully inspect it, of course, once you've received yours in the post before you start working on it. But again, they are going to send to you in bubble wrap. They're going to be super safe and well packaged. But you're going to get 2 here, and these are UK only with them being glass. So check out your glass plates now, because you're going to get both of those for £9.99, under £5 each. That's ridiculous, okay? Shop dish for those ones. Give them a good clean just before you use them, as all glassware, as you should. Okay, we're going to have a look at our sugar soap as well. Really interestingly enough, I spoke to Stephanie and the team as well. There's only 5 left of these, okay? Sugar soap is fundamental, not only in decorating, because you may see this a lot of in the decorating section, but also it's used for prep. So it's always for prepping the surface. Now this here, it's ideal, of course, for removing grease, dirt, and nicotine, okay? So if you've maybe got something from a charity shop, maybe it's got a few years of built up, should we say, character, and you may be wanting to remove some of that so the paint's gonna stick to the surface, this is what you use, okay? Now, you can, of course, dilute it down, which is gonna make it go even further, because if you put 50 ml of this with 4.5 litres of water, that's a solution that you can use to clean down even walls before you paint them. That's how far this goes, okay? So you might be thinking, my goodness, I'm going to get through this quick if I'm always painting. 50 mils of it, you can mix with 4.5 litres, and of course that's the concentration you use. And of course you're going to get a litre in total, so it's going to last you so long. It's going to take you years to get through this, so take advantage of it. You could also put it in a spritz bottle as well, once you've mixed it up, which would be great. Then you've got your own spritzer of your sugar soap. Put it in, your big decanter bottles. 2 of these for you is going to work great. It removes grease, grime, dust, and anything, of course, that's been stuck. And even if you have a bit of sticky residue left over on things like glassware, or you've removed that sticker, it's great for taking stuff like that off as well. It's really gentle. Just as you're always working with glass and you clean it, just wear some gloves. Super safe. As well for you, we have got those Mica powders. Now these have been incredibly popular, of course, not only because they're beautiful and they're dazzling on the surface, but as well you can create stunning finishes with these. Do you know what though? The $39.99, which is an incredible value for money price, because you're getting 32 of these. They work out, they're literally £1, well, just over £1 each, okay, for all of these inside here. That's bonkers. You're getting a huge portion inside here, each one being 5 grams. Now Mica weighs next to nothing, so you know that by getting a 5-gram box of each colour, you're getting a lot of Mica in there. Every colour you could ever wish to have. Mix them together. Go from your golds, your greens. I love this tone down here. Look at that one. That is beautiful inside there. You can see Amanda loved that one. You've got your rosy pinks, your lemon yellows. Look at that lilac. And do you know what I love as well? You can do your glassware and your Mica projects to match, because of course you've got the tones corresponding with your paints. So all of these come to you for a great price of just $39.99. You get 2 spatulas as well. You're also going to get some gloves, and you're going to get the brush alongside it. Shop Mica today. Do bear in mind as well, that price will come down when you check out as a club member, because it's going to take your discount off. Of course, depending on what tier you're in the club, it could even be greater for you as well. So, fabulous way to shop. Shop Brush for you though is a great one to have, because we've got all of these brushes here for you. We've got a bundle of 5 detailing brushes and a set of 4 chunky brushes. Of course, they're placed next to our Micas. You're going to use them alongside it. They're great to have, but of course they're just $9.99. Shop ahead for those ones because they're brilliant value for money. We also have those mugs on the show as well. These are fab. You've got 6 plain ceramic glazed mugs here for you to stencil onto, for you to paint onto. Imagine doing your decorative painting. Rice papering onto these as well would look fabulous. You're going to get 6 in total here. Shop mug for that one, and it's $17.99 for your mugs. Okay, there. Shop mug, all 6 of those. These would be great even if you want to do things like your marbling onto them, your marble sprays. Of course, just always make sure the products that you're using are well suited for, of course, food safe work. So again, if you're going to use something like your metallics on there, they'd look fabulous. You could use those as well. In fact, I might steal one and we can have a go. So we've got all of these here for you today. Please don't forget to check out your baskets though and add them to your baskets as we're going along. Andrew, what would you like me to do? Would you want to have a little look at something else inspirational?
Should we draw a winner and then do a quick demo to finish off?
Oh yeah, let's do that. Okay, so if you've not done already, we are now about to draw the winner, because a lot of you have been entering into the comments throughout the show the word makeover. So if you've seen the word makeover cropping up every 2 seconds, it's because if you type that word in, the machine pulls a winner from all of that pool of names. And of course, we then spin the wheel like this, okay? Marina Bowen. Okay, congratulations, Marina. Let's spin the wheel. Number 10. You've won number 10. Do you know what that is? It's the best prize on the board. You've won 500 points. Congratulations, Marina. That's fabulous. You've just got yourself the equivalent of £5 to spend on your Highlight Crafts account. That is amazing. That was definitely well worth typing in the word makeover. That's how easy and simple it is. So if you don't and you haven't previously got involved, you have to be in it to win it. That's what they always say, right? So Marina, I bet you're so glad you did, because now you've just got £5. That means for you, your mica powders could be £35. This is the beauty of it, okay? And even less with your discount. So thank you so much everyone for getting involved. We've got just over 8 minutes left on our show. So shall we wrap up with a few little techniques and a few demos for you? What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you all here just with me, and we're going to grab a photo frame. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that mirror spray again through one of our stencils this time. So what I'm doing is I'm taking this photo frame apart, and I'm just going to remove the backing, okay, because I just want the glass that's on the inside of here. So let's take this out of here and pop it just onto our surface, okay? And we're going to grab a stencil. Now, when you're going through with mirror spray on a stencil, you want to be really cautious that you're actually spraying it the right way around, because of course you want that mirror spray to show through. So if you went like this and turned it around, it'd be the wrong way, okay? It's a little bit like sublimation printing. Your text always has to be the right way around. Really easy. So what we've got here, I'm having a look at one that's the right size for my frame, and I think I'm going to go with Be Happy actually. Let's have a look, because it'll probably just fit onto the glass here. Ever so slightly. It's a little bit bigger, but it doesn't matter, because I want to show you the technique. So I need to make sure that my stencil is facing down like this, and we're going to spray through. Now what you want to do is the slightest amount of stencil spray, almost next to nothing, okay? So watch this. That there is a teeny amount of stencil spray. And what that's going to do is not be super tacky, but it's also going to create a bit of static, which will hold it in place even better for us. So I'm going to near enough centralize this onto my glassware, okay? And I'm just making sure to place that down firmly in place. And because we're using a spray, of course, it's more of a mist. It's not going to bleed. So what we do is we're going with our mirror spray, okay? Now we're going to do gentle sweeping motions across through this stencil. Just like this, just like that. With our mirror spray, it's shop mirror again. It's $19.99 today. You've got a great saving on this. Now we're just going to waft that away, okay? And that waft dries it off really nice and quickly for us. So blow it all away. Of course, I would always suggest to do this outside as well, especially if it's not windy. There we go. And again, another quick little waft for you. I mean, even with just a bit of card, creating a draft on there dries it nice and quickly. You'll see when you're drying it, it's almost like when you put your demisters on and your windscreen starts to clear. Okay, there we go. So we take that away. And then what I'm going to do is, this is beautiful, I'm going to get some black card. I'm not going to pop it back in the frame because I want to try and show you something else. But look at this. You've then got your fabulous mirrored sentiment. How cool is that? It looks absolutely beautiful. So we now have mirrored text. You can see our lovely Amanda in the script. You can see her there. Hello, Amanda. So you have got that wonderful sentiment now mirror sprayed. Now that means you could do this through all of your stencils, your SVG files, but those positivity stencils would look great. Imagine looking through a pane of glass, big photo frame, with, of course, the words "Be Happy" as you pass it every day as you leave the house. It's that little smile that you need just to start the day off. Great little technique for you there. Of course, I'm just going to pop that one there out of the way. And that there is good to go. You could then paint the back of that with your metallic paints as well. How cool would that look? Let's go down and have a little look, though. It's some other bits and bobs that we have here, because I've got one of those glass plates. So with our glass plates, and of course as well, oh, I mentioned about the fabrics on Mica as well. Let me quickly show you that instead. There's only too much I've got planned for this. So, I've got here one of those black tote bags that we had on the other day, which has just got caught on my trolley. There we go. So I'm going to lay my black tote bag out. I'm going to go in with one of my cherry blossom stencils. All right. So let's grab one of these. Let's use a beautiful cherry blossom. And what I'm going to do is get some stencil spray onto the back of that stencil, just there. Okay, and I'm just going to do a corner of this bag. So I'm going to pop my stencil just on my fabric, like this. And what we're going to do, I'm going to pop my brush in some water, get a fresh piece of palette paper. We've literally only got just over 4 minutes left, so I'm going to do a really quick technique for you, everybody. Is that I'm going to grab some mica, and I think I'm going to use, what shall I use? I'm just going to keep this copper because it's out, okay? So I'm going to go in with the copper, and then what I'm going to do is grab some fabric glue, okay, from our Magic Bond and Seal kit. Our Cadence fabric decoupage glue, a little bit of that out there. Of course, this is like a creamy based glue. Then I'm going to get a stencil brush, one that's not sopping wet. There we go, this one here will do for us. And we're going to start to mix our fabric decoupage glue with our mica. Now what this is going to do is create a fabric paint. How amazing is this? So you can hand wash it. So let's go through our stencil with our fabric decoupage glue and our mica powder. This is where it just gets really exciting, because of course it's going to be slightly creamy at the start, but as it dries clear, you're left behind with just the beautiful flowers. And this is a technique that you just have to try. If you've not done already, go for those micas and your fabric decoupage glue. And this is an absolute win of a project. So I'm just blending through onto that fabric now with those micas. The glue is mixed in with it, so we've created a bond of two mediums, okay? And you could do a complete blend. You don't have to stay with the same colour. You could just blend it off into different tones every single time, which I think would also look fab. So I'm going to work into all of the details, circulating that brush around, okay? There we are, picking this up. Look at this. I've got some rice paper shows as well tomorrow. So if you've shopped ahead today with the products that we've got in today's show, you'll see them featured also in tomorrow's, which is great, which means you've got your items on the way to you and you can start to build up those projects. I'm just going to finish off with a bit of what I've got left on my brush. This area just here. Look at that. Isn't that just stunning? Because when you take this away, we have now got our very own micas set within our fabric. This then, when it's dry, will be hand washable. You can wash it because the actual mica is set into the glue, into the fibres. Isn't that just amazing? All you need to do is when it's dry, after a couple of minutes, flip it over and iron it with a flat iron with no steam on there. Just make sure it's a nice dry iron. You could use your heat press, which we had on the sublimation show. That would do that perfectly, and it would get it all set for you. How exciting is that, though? We can transform mediums together to create something completely brand spanking new. Thank you so much everyone for joining me today. It's been a fabulous hour, okay? Helen says thank you for all of your demos and ideas. Thank you, I really appreciate you saying that, and it's wonderful to have your company, Helen, and for all of you at home. I've tried to cram in as many different techniques as I could do for you there, whilst also sharing with you really all of the products that we've had out on today's show, because there's so much to explore, there's so much to craft with, but there's also so much to look forward to, because this means the future, of course, is even brighter, because the more that we get to share with you, the more inspiration and ideas we can do. Just by combining two products together, we can make a whole new chemistry of paints, which is fabulous. It's so fun to see, it's so fun to explore. Of course, as well, John is coming up through that wall. Well, he's not going to come through the wall, that would hurt. But of course, he's through that wall already in that studio. Amanda, are you with our lovely John?
I am.
Amanda and John will be next door, with John next door, and of course they're going to be taking you through the final afternoon hour here at Highlight Crafts Live Shopping. Of course, please make sure to check out your baskets though. If you've shopped ahead during today's show, make sure to check those out, and then you can strap yourselves in for a fabulous next and of course final hour with John. And also, please remember to stay with us for 6 p.m. tonight. Mel's going to be back with sublimation. Really looking forward to that hour. It's going to be brilliant. Sublimation is a definitely top favourite product of mine for this year. It's brilliant. Obsessed with it already. If you've got yours, there'll be even new bits and bobs for you to craft with tonight. So don't go anywhere. Check out your baskets, grab a cup of tea, and we'll see you in a few minutes. Bye.